Hello, welcome to ProTrack Learn to Grow. In this video, we are going to discuss multiplication of fractions along with questions. So let's get started with this video. First is, we have to understand how do we multiply two fractions. Okay, let's see how do we multiply two fractions. Suppose we are having two fractions a by b, this is one, and c by d. We are having two fractions a by b and c by d, and we want the product or multiplications of these two fractions. We want multiplication of these two fractions. Then how do we get the multiplication of two fractions? We just want the product of their numerators by the product of their denominators. Okay, means product of their numerators are a and c. Product will be a multiplication sign between both the numerators, a into c by b into d. Okay, this is how we will get the product of two fractions. Now let us make it more clear with this example. Okay, in this example we are given with two fractions, that is 3 by 8 and 5 by 9. Okay, 3 by 8 and 5 by 9. Now when we want the product of these two fractions, what we will do? We will just get the product of their numerators by the product of their denominators. Means 3 into 5 by 8 into 9. Okay, 3 into 5 gives us 15 and 8 into 9 gives us 72. Now you can see here this 15 by 72, this obtained 15 by 72 can be reduced, right? 15 by 72, if we will write, we know how to reduce any fraction. Please go through the video, reduction of fractions. Okay, so this is 15 by 72. We are having here 3 as the common factor. We are having 3 as the common factor for 3 and 15 and 72. Okay, 3. So we will divide both the numerator and denominator by 3 to reduce this fraction, and 15 divided by 3 gives us 5 and 72 divided by 3 gives us 24. Okay, hence this 5 by 24 is the irreducible form, or you can say this is the standard form. This is more appropriate than this answer. Okay, when you can reduce any fraction, then reduce it to get the appropriate answer or more reliable answer. Okay, now we are having one more method to solve this. Okay, we are having two fraction as 3 by 8 and 5 by 9, and you know, when we reduce any fraction, we use numerator and denominator, right? Numerator and denominator. Hence when we are having a multiplication operator between two fractions, then we can use any numerator and any denominator to reduce. Okay, here you can see 3 and 9. 3 and 9 have a common factor 3, right? 3 and 9 have a common factor between them, and that is 3. Okay, therefore we will reduce them here only. Okay, we can reduce them here only. So how we will reduce it? 3 divided by 3 gives us 1 and 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. Now we are left with, now you can see here 5 and 8 do not have any common factor between them, hence they will remain as the same. Okay, therefore 1 into 5 gives us 5. Here we are remaining with 1 into 5. Okay, in numerator we are remaining with 1 into 5. When we will remain the numbers which do not have any common factors, means when we will be remaining with the numerator and denominators which do not have any common factors, then we will use the same procedure as we have used in the first method. Okay, and this is 8 into 3. 5 into 1 gives us 5 and 8 into 3 gives us 24. Okay, therefore 5 by 24 here also and 5 by 24 here also. Okay, hence by any method you will get the correct answer. So the second method reduces our calculations. Means if we will use this method, first we have to do what? There is nothing much difference between both the method. In the first method we are getting the product of numerator and product of denominators first, and then we are reducing it, and in the second method first we are reducing it and then we are getting the answer in one go. Okay, so both the methods are correct. Any method can be used to solve this type of question. Okay, now let's proceed here. Now what is OF operator? We are having OF operator. This OF operator is nothing but this is multiplication. Many a times instead of using product or multiplication, of is used to indicate multiplication of two fractions. Okay, many a times of is used to indicate the multiplication of two fractions. So let's see the questions that can be asked from this of operator. We are having 2 by 9 of 36. Okay, 2 by 9 of 36 means 2 by 9 of is what? Nothing but multiplication, 36. Okay, now you can see here this is a fraction and this is a whole number, but we can solve it like this only, but for inconvenience we can do it like 2 by 9, we can write it as 2 by 9 and of is okay, multiplication. 36 can be written as 36 by 1, right? 36 by 1 will be equal to 36 because 1 will not change the value of 36, right, if we are using it in division. Okay, therefore 2 by 9 multiplied by 36 by 1. Now you can clearly see this 9 and 36 have a common factor 9, right? Have a common factor 9, then we will use it to reduce them. Therefore 9 divided by 9 gives us 1 and 36 divided by 9 gives us 4, right? Now what do? We just get the product of numerators by the product of denominators, and hence here we are left with 2 into 4 in numerators, and in denominators we are left with 1 into 1. That is 4 into 2 gives us 8. 1 by 1 into 1 gives us 1. Therefore 8 by 1 is always equal to 8. Right, this will be the answer for this question. Now let's come to the next question. You can do it directly also. Let's do this question directly. Okay, 1 upon 2 into 10. Okay, you can see 10 and 2 have a common factor 2 between them. Therefore we will use 2 to reduce both of them. So 2 divided by 2 gives us 1 and 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. Therefore we are remaining with 1 into 5 by 1. Therefore 5 into 1 gives us 5 by 1, and this is nothing but equal to 5. Hence this is how we solve the questions which have of operator. Okay, now let's proceed. Okay, let's practice now. Question 1 says, okay, question 1 asks multiply 2 by 9 by 4 by 5. Okay, we have to multiply 2 by 9 by 4 by 5. Okay, we will solve this question. Let's see the solution of this question, how we will solve it. We are having 2 by 9, we have to multiply 2 by 9 by, we will not use here by, we will use multiplication because we have to multiply both of them, and 4 by 5. Now you can see here we do not have common factor between this numerator and this denominator. We do not have any common factor between this numerator and this denominator. Okay, also we do not have any common factor between these two, and also we do not have any common factor between these two. Hence what we will use now? We will simply solve this question by getting the product of numerators, means product of numerators, that is 2 into 4, by the product of denominators, that is 9 into 5. Okay, 4 into 2 gives us 8, 9 into 5 gives us 45. Okay, now 8 and 45 do not have any common factor between them. Therefore this is already a reducible form or standard form. Hence this will be the answer for this question, and this is how we solve this type of question. Okay, let's proceed now. Now we are having next question. Let's see what the next question asks. Okay, the next question is multiply and reduce to lowest terms. Okay, first in this question we have to multiply both the fractions and then we have to reduce them. Okay, so we will not reduce them first. Firstly we will just get the multiplication of these two fractions and then we will reduce them. Okay, because you can see here 4 by 5 into 12 by 7. Why we are not reducing it first? Because we do not have any common factor between these, right? 4 and 5 do not have any common factor, 12 and 7 do not have any common factor, 4 and 7 do not have any common factor, again 5 and 12 do not have any common factor. Hence what we can do, firstly we will multiply both of them, means we will, how do we get the multiplication of two fractions? We just get the product of numerators by the product of denominators, means 4 into 12 by 5 into 7. Okay, 12 into 4 gives us 48. 12 fours are 48 and 7 into 5 gives us 35. Okay, so now we have to reduce them to lowest terms, but we do not have any common factor between 4 and 35. If you will write, you know how to reduce any fraction, we just write their factors and then we take out the common factors, and among those common factors we take out the highest common factor to reduce the fraction. Okay, but here we do not have any common factor for 48 and 35. Hence, one thing we can do here, that is we can because according to question we have to make it to lowest terms. Okay, so if we can't make it to lowest term, then we can convert it into mixed fraction, and we know how to convert any fraction into mixed fraction. We will just divide 48 by 35. Okay, so we have to use 35 here only, so 35, and we will get 3 1. Hence, you know the representation of a mixed fraction: quotient, remainder by denominator, or you can say divisor. Okay, quotient is 1 here, remainder is 13, and the denominator you are having is 35. So 1 whole 13 by 35. This is how we reduce we can reduce any fraction. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, this question is done and this is the answer for this question. Now let's proceed. Okay, let's do this question. Here we are having question for simplification. Okay, we have to simplify this. Now let's see how to simplify any question. Let's see the solution for this question. Okay, let us write these given fractions first. So we are having 14 by 25. Okay, I am leaving little space between them because we can reduce them here only. Okay, so if we will get the multiplication for numerators and then multiplication for denominators, it will be a long process and it will be long calculations. Hence we will reduce them and then we will get the product of numerator by the product of denominators. Okay, so here we are having these three fractions. Okay, so now you can see this 25 and this 35 have a common factor 5, right? So we can use 5 as a common factor for both of them. Therefore 25 divided by 5 gives us 5 and 35 divided by 5 gives us 7. Okay, and you can see here this 14 and this 49 have a common factor as what? 7, right? So 14 divided by 7 gives us 2 and 49 divided by 7 gives us 7. Okay, now you can see here with this 51 and with this 34, 17 is the common factor, right? 17 is the common factor for both of them. Hence we will use 17 into 2 gives us 34, means 34 divided by 17 will give us 2, and here 51 divided by 17 gives us 3. Now one more thing you can see here, this is a numerator and this is denominator and both are same, means we can reduce them also. Means 7 divided by 7 gives us, okay, this is not visible I think, so 7 divided by 7 gives us 1 and 7 divided by 7 gives us 1. Okay, now we will just get the product of numerators and product of denominators. Product of numerators are, first we are having 2, then we are having 1, and then we are having again 2. So 2 into 1 into 2, this is the product of numerators, and by now we will get out the product of the denominators, that is 5 into 3 into 1. Okay, now we will simply multiply them and we will get the answer. 2 into 1 gives us 2 and again 2 into 2 gives us 4. Therefore this will be equal to 4, and here 5 into 3 gives us 15 and 15 into 1 gives us again 15. Therefore 4 by 15, and now you can see here 4 by 15, 4 and 15 do not have any common factor, right? Therefore this is irreducible and standard form. Okay, now let's proceed. Now let's proceed to the next question, and the question is, which is greater, 2 by 7 of 3 by 4 or 3 by 4 of 5 by 8? Okay, 3 by 5 of 5 by 8, sorry. So let's solve this question. First of all, in this question we have to tell which is greater. Okay, now to tell which is greater, firstly we have to solve them. Okay, we are not with the simple form, we are having little complicated form. So first of all we will convert them into simplest form, means a single fraction. 2 by 7 of means multiplication, 3 by 4, 2 by 7 of 3 by 4. So now this 2 and this 4 have a common factor as 2, so 2 divided by 2 gives us 1, and 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. Now there is no common factor between any numerator and denominator, hence we will simply get the product of numerators and product of denominators. Okay, so 3 into 1 gives us 3, 7 into 2 gives us 14. So this is the simplest form for the first one, and now let's make simple the second one also. 3 by 5 of 5 by 8. Okay, 3 by 5 of 5 by 8. Now here 3 and 8 do not have any common factor. 5 and 5, okay, 5 and 5 have a common factor, that is 5. 5 divided by 5 gives us 1, and 5 divided by 5 gives us again 1. Okay, now again we do not have any common factor between any numerator and denominator, hence we will just get the product of numerators and product of denominators. Okay, 3 into 1 gives us 3, and 8 into 1 gives us 8. Now you can see we have to tell which is greater, so means we have to compare them. We have seen how to compare two unlike fractions. First of all, we have to convert these unlike fractions into like fractions, and for that we need the LCM. We need the LCM, that is 14 and 8. 14 and 8. So we will get the LCM. 2 sevens are 14 and 2 fours are 8. Again we can use 2. 7 will be written as same now. 2 twos are 4. Okay, again we can use 2. 7 will be written as same. 2 ones are 2, and lastly we are having 7. So 7 ones are 7. Now we will get the LCM first. So LCM is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 7. Okay, now 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8, and 8 into 7 gives us 56. Okay, now LCM is 56 here, and we will make the denominators of the fractions equal to 56. So what should be multiplied with 14? What should be multiplied by 14 to get 56? What should be multiplied? We should multiply 4. 14 into 4 gives us 56, and this numerator will get also multiplied by 4. 4 into 3 gives us 12, that is 12 by 56. Okay, now the second one is 3 by 8. 3 by 8. Okay, so 8, what should be multiplied by 8 to get 56? That is 7. Okay, and this will also get multiplied by 7. 7 into 3 gives us 21. 7 into 8 gives us 56. Now we are having 12 by 56 and 21 by 56. Now we have to compare both of them. So which is greater? Denominators are same, therefore 21 is greater. Hence 21 by 56 is equal to 3 by 8. Therefore 3 by 8 is greater than 3 by 14. Okay, means 3 by 8, which one was 3 by 8? This one, means this one. Therefore this one is greater. Okay, let me put this sign here only. This one is greater than this one. Okay, this is how we solve this type of question. Okay, next we are having find. First is 3/5 of a rupee and second is 3/4 of a year. This is very easy, means let's do the first one. So 3 by 5. 3 by 5 of a rupee. Of means multiplication, and you know rupee. 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise, right? 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise. Hence we will use it here. Therefore 3/5 of 100. Now if you will find out the common factor between 100 and 5, and that is 5. So 5 divided by 5 gives us 1, and 100 divided by 5 gives us 20. Now we are remaining with 3 into 20 in the numerator, and in denominator we are having 1. Okay, so 3 into 20 gives us 60. 60 by 1 is equal to 60. Therefore 3/5 of a rupee is equal to 60 paise. Okay, now second question we are having is 3/4 of a year. This is second one. Okay, 3/4 of a year. 3/4 of a year means 3/4 of means multiplication year. In a year we are having 12 months, so we will write 12 here. Okay, because if we will write 1 we will get 3/4 only, so we will use months here. Okay, if the question is asking that convert it into year or convert it into months or days, then you will prefer according to question. But if you are not given in which you have to convert them or in which you want the answer, then you will use months only. Okay, so in 1 year we are having 12 months. Therefore in 4 and 12, for 4 and 12 we are having common factor as 4. 4 divided by 4 gives us 1, and 12 divided by 4 gives us 3, and 3 into 3 gives us 9, means 9 months. Okay, 9 months. So this is how we solve these type of questions. Now let's proceed. Okay, the next question is a what problem we are having. In this question, if a milk is available for rupees 17 whole 3 by 4 per liter, and we have to find out the cost for 7 whole 2 by 5 liters of milk. Okay, so let's relate this question with an example first. Okay, suppose you go to the market and you buy a chocolate for yourself. You buy a chocolate for yourself. This is your chocolate, let's say. You buy a chocolate for yourself, and this chocolate is for rupees 10. This chocolate is for rupees 10, means the cost of one chocolate is 10. And soon you realize that you are having your 3 friends with you, means you have to buy chocolates for them also, for those 3 friends also, means you will buy 3 more chocolates. Now you know the cost of one chocolate is 10 rupees. The cost of 3 chocolates will be 10 plus 10 plus 10, right? So the cost of 3 chocolates will be rupees 30. Simple. Okay, this was the simple case. But let's say you are a teacher now. Okay, here you and your friends were there. Okay, in the first case. Now in the second case, you have to buy chocolates for 50 students. Okay, you are having your students and your number of students is 50, and you have to buy one chocolate for each student, means you have to buy 50 chocolates. And you know the cost for one chocolate is rupees 10. What will be the cost of 50 chocolates? Will you add 10 for 50 times? This will be a long procedure, right? You know the cost of one chocolate is rupees 10, then the cost of 50 chocolates will be 50 into 10. Okay, 50 into 10. Here also you can do the same. You know the cost of one chocolate is rupees 10, therefore the cost of 3 chocolates will be 3 into 10, and this will give you 30, right? So in this case also, if you have to buy chocolates for 50 students, then you will not sit in a corner and you will not add one by one. You will just multiply the number of chocolates with cost of one chocolate. Okay, therefore you will get 500, means you need 500 rupees to get 50 chocolates having a cost of 10 rupees each. Okay, so this is the example. Now let's do the question. Let's perform the questions what we are having. You are having question, a milk is available at rupees 17 whole 3 by 4 per liter, means you are given with the cost of 1 liter of milk. Okay, you are given with the cost of, you will write the statements first, that the cost of 1 liter of milk is equal to this much, and then cost of 7 whole 2 by 5 liters of milk is equal to, right? You will write the statements first. Okay, I am telling you the solution, how you will solve the question. Here you are given with the cost of 1 liter of milk, that is cost of 1 liter of milk is rupees 17 whole 3 by 4, right? This is the cost of 1 liter of milk. Let's convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Okay, this 17 whole 3 by 4 will be equal to 71 by 4. Okay, you know how to convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. So this is the cost of 1 liter of milk, and you have to take out the cost of 7 whole 2 by 5 liter of milk. Okay, let's convert this also into improper fraction, and this will be equal to 37 by 5. Okay, and this will be equal to 37 by 5. Means you have to take out the cost for 37 by 5 liters of milk. What you have written in this case, you've multiplied the number of chocolates with the cost of one chocolate, right? Here also, to get the cost of 37 by 5 liters of milk, you will just multiply it to the cost of 1 liter of milk. Means the cost of 7 whole 2 by 5 liters of milk will be equal to 37 by 5, the milk you need, the amount of milk you need. Here the amount of chocolate was number of chocolates were 50, and here the amount of milk is 37 by 5 liters, and the cost is 71 by 4. Okay, now you will not see any common factor between numerator and denominator, therefore we will just multiply the numerator and denominator. And if we multiply 37 by 71, we will get 2627, and 5 into 4, you know, it gives us 20, right? So this is the cost for 37 by 5 liters of milk, or 7 whole 2 by 5 liters of milk. And if you will convert this fraction, this improper fraction, into mixed fraction, then this will be somewhat equal to 131 whole 7 by 20. Okay, this will be equal to 131 whole 7 by 20 rupees. This is what? This is cost. Hence we will add rupees here also. Okay, this is how we solve this type of question. Now let's proceed. Okay, now the question number 7. That is, there are 45 students in a class. 3/5 of them are boys. How many girls are there in the class? Okay, total number of students in the classroom are 45, and out of 45, 3/5 of them are boys. And according to question, we have to find out the number of girls in the classroom. Okay, so when you will write this statement, the first statement will be total number of students. Total number of students is equal to 45, and then second statement will be number of boys. Number of boys are 3/5 of 45, means 3/5 of the total, and total is 45, means 3/5 of 45. Now we will take out the 3/5 of 45 first. How we will take out? 3/5 of means multiplication, 3/5 of 45. Now we will solve this. 5 ones are 5, and 5 nines are 45. 9 into 3 gives us 27, means 3/5 of 45 is equal to 27, means number of boys. Now the statement will be number of boys is equal to 27. But according to question, you have to find out the number of girls in the classroom. Suppose you are having 10 chocolates. Okay, let's keep it here only. Come to this situation. You are having 10 chocolates. Okay, you are having 10 chocolates, and out of 10 you gave 2 to your sister. And now if I'll ask how many chocolates you are left with now. Okay, so you will simply subtract the total number of chocolates by the number of chocolates you have given to your sister, right? And this will be 8, right? This will be 8, means you are left with the 8 chocolates now. So here also we have to tell the number of girls in the classroom. So we know number of boys are 27, and total number of students are 45, means out of 45, if we will take out the boys, means if we will take out the number of boys, that is 27, we will get the number of girls. And if 45 is subtracted by 27, it gives us 18. Okay, means there are 18 girls in the classroom. This is the number of girls. Okay, this is how we solve this type of question. First of all, we know the total number of students, then we have taken out the number of boys, and then out of total number of students, we have taken out the number of boys, and that will give us the number of girls in the classroom. Okay, this is how we solve this type of question. This much for this video, and these are your practice questions. Do practice them, and you can comment your answer in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.